start in a comfortable seated position. If you can sit up on a blanket or a folded towel to help elevate the hips, it'd be nice to get a nice long spine here. And then go ahead and take hands right to baby and belly. We'll start with a few rounds of our belly breathing. You can close the eyes or just gaze soft and low. Taking a nice inhale through the nose, think about softening the belly, giving baby some extra space. And then exhaling through the mouth as you gently contract the abdominal wall, so hugging baby back towards the body on that exhale. Inhaling through the nose, soften and expand through the belly. Exhaling through the mouth, gently hugging baby back towards spine. And again, nice, slow, steady inhale through the nose. Baby gets some extra space. Exhaling through the mouth, baby gets that nice, gentle squeeze. And taking one more on your own. Nice. And then release the hands down to the lap. You can flutter the eyes open. We'll take a nice big inhale, sweeping the arms out and up. Look up, reach up, palms together, and then exhale, hands towards heart and baby. Let's do that once more. Just big, full inhale and exhale. Nice. And then releasing the hands, we're going to transition into a bound angle. So we're just bringing the soles of the feet together. We'll start warming up our spine. On the inhale, we're going to look up, press forward with the heart center as we hinge at the hips. And then as you exhale, curl over your baby and round all the way back up. And actually, if you want to take your feet a little bit further away from you, Bella, and give baby some space. Perfect. Inhale, open through the front body. Look up as you hinge forward. Plenty of space for baby. And then exhale, curl over baby as you round yourself back out. And we'll do this again. Inhale, space in the front body as you hinge at the hips. Exhale, space into the back body as you round up. Keep going with your breath. Nice fluid movements here to nourish the spine. Next time you come back up to seated, pause there. And then we'll take the hands under the knees to help support ourselves out of this posture. And take your time working your way over onto hands and knees. It's always nice to pad the knees. Little blanket, folded blanket or towel here. And then find your way to hands and knees. Just a neutral tabletop. Good. Go ahead and widen the knees just a bit, and we'll take some semicircles, reaching the hips back to one side, up through center, and then back to the other side. Good, and settle back to neutral tabletop. So just bring the knees back underneath the hips. We'll move into a calf stretch next. So stepping back with the right foot, pressing the toe pad into the mat, sending the heel straight back behind you. Find and keep that length in the spine here. And then from here, you're going to walk that right foot all the way over to the left, off of the mat, and catch it with your gaze. So now you have more of a C shape in your spine. Take another breath here. And then work your way back through center. Back to hands and knees. Move and groove a little bit with the hips. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. When you're ready, stepping back with the left foot, getting a nice calf stretch. Hug baby up towards the spine. Find some more length in the low back. Nice. And then walking that foot all the way over to the right, catching it with your gaze. Take another breath here. then work your way back to hands and knees. We're going to move into some lunging next, so it's nice to have blocks or a prop handy for height. We're going to work the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand to begin with. And you can have both blocks here. So that right foot will walk forward. Walk it far enough forward so the hips have plenty of space to settle here. And you're just going to relax the hips forward and low. Nice. Stay here if this feels good. Or if you'd like to explore, you can let that knee fall away from you as you roll onto the pinky toe edge side of the foot. And then hugging the knee back in towards the body. Maybe do that a couple more times if it feels nice. Good. Settling back into that low lunge for a breath, and then reaching back for hands and knees. So you can keep the hands on the block because we'll just switch to the other side. Move and groove the hips a little bit if you need to work out any kinks. And then we'll take that nice low lunge on the left side. So working the left foot to the outside of that left hand and far enough forward so you have plenty of space for the hips to relax forward and down. And then just settle into a lunge. Stay here if this feels nice, or you can explore some movement, letting this knee fall away from the body, and then hugging it back in. Good. Coming back through that low lunge for a breath. And then when you're ready, we'll help ourselves back to hands and knees. Work out any kinks once again. Swishing the hips side to side or just taking a few pelvic tilts typically feels nice. And then from here, we're going to work our way into downward facing dog. So if you have any props remaining on the mat, you can go ahead and cast them off to the side at this point. And starting off in your hands and knees, we'll set up for down dog by just widening the knees a bit. Also widening the feet. And then walking the hands forward about one handprint. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Grip the fingers into the mat. And then when you're ready, we'll curl the toes under, press the hips back and high, leaving the knees as bent as you'd like, and finding that space in the spine here. Good. Working out your kinks here in downward facing dog. Maybe alternating, bending one knee and then the other. Or shifting the hips a little bit side to side. Settling back into a down dog of stillness for a breath. Next inhale, we're going to look forward towards the hands. Walk the feet wide along the edges of the mat. And when the feet get close to the hands, knees are nice and bent. Pause there. Keep the knees bent as you transition your palms up onto the thighs. And then let's take an in-breath to find some space in the front body, much like we do in cat and cow. And then exhale, curl over your baby, chin in towards the chest. Find some space in the upper back. Inhale, find some space in the front body. Exhale, curl over your baby and round yourself all the way back up to standing, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. Good. Shoulders up, back, and down when you get to standing. Pause here for a breath, and then we'll continue to flow a bit. So inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Look up, reach up, palms come together. And on the exhale, bend the knees as you come right down through the midline, working your way into a forward fold. So our feet are wide to make space for baby. Bending the knees will make some space for the low back, and just release the head here. Next inhale, we'll come up halfway, finding a flat back. So fingertips or palms can come to the shins or the thighs. Find some length in the spine for an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, let the palms find the mat, and step your way back into hands and knees. Take your time. Nice. Once in hands and knees, on an inhale, if you'd like, you can shift your weight forward towards low plank and down through a Mama Chaturanga. Nice. And on the exhale, pressing up, curling the toes under, take another down dog if you'd like. Anytime you want to skip a down dog, you can just stay in hands and knees or even shift back into a wide-legged child's pose. Next, inhale, look forward towards the hands. So we'll come back into our downward facing dog. Yeah, nice. Settle into your downward facing dog. Next, inhale, we'll look forward towards our hands. Walk the feet wide along the edges of the mat. Good. Keeping the knees bent. Just transition the palms up to the thighs. On an inhale, find some space in the front body. Exhale, curl over your baby. Inhale, find some space in the front body. Exhale, curl over your baby and round yourself all the way up and out, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other, shoulders up, back, and down. Settle into standing for a breath. Nice. Let's do that once more. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, palms together overhead. Exhale, melt down through the midline, bending the knees as you come into your forward fold, releasing the arms and the head towards the mat. Inhale to come up halfway to find your flat back. So fingertips or palms to the shins, straighten out the legs, find length in the legs and the spine here. And then exhale, bend the knees so that the palms can find the mat. And you're going to step all the way back into your hands and knees. Of course, taking your time. Stay here, or if you'd like another Mama Chaturanga, on the inhale, you'll shift forward and down. On the exhale, pressing back up, curling the toes, coming back into one final downward facing dog. Take another breath here. And then next, inhale, look forward towards the hands. Walk the feet wide along the edges of the mat. Keep the knees nice and bent as you transition the palms to the thighs. On the inhale, find some space in the front body. Exhale, curl over your baby. Inhale, space in the front body. Exhale, curl over your baby and round yourself all the way up to standing, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. Shoulders up, back, and down. Nice. Settle here for a breath. We'll do that once more. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Palms come together. Exhale, bend the knees, float down the midline, coming into your forward fold, releasing the arms and the head. Next, inhale, just come up halfway to find a flat back. Straighten out through the legs. Exhale, bend the knees. Let the palms find the mat. Help yourself back to hands and knees, taking your time. Stay here if this is nice, or if you want another Mama Chaturanga, inhale forward and down with a soft belly. Exhale, press up and back into your downward facing dog, curling the toes under. A breath or two here, working out any kinks in the body. And then when you're ready, we're going to release the knees down towards the mat. Take the knees nice and wide to the edges of the mat. Bring the big toes together and settle back into a wide-legged child's pose. So hips go back. You can stay propped up on the hands here, maybe bringing the forearms to the mat, or maybe even bringing the forehead to stacked hands or fists. Find what works best for you and your baby. And then let's breathe a bit into the back body. So inhale, filling the back of the rib cage, expand. Exhale, maybe open the mouth and sigh it out. Let's do that once more. Nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth and sigh it out. Good. Next, inhale, start transitioning back up to hands and knees. We're going to work our way into restorative posture next. So if you want to grab some bolsters, some cushions, anything you might have around the house, we'll set up for a recline bound angle. So recline bound angle is a really nice hip opener. that also brings some length into the torso, the chest. It's really good if you're experiencing any heartburn. Nice. So soles of the feet come together. We're going to tuck the blocks under the knees here. You could also use pillows if you're at home. And then using your hands for support on the mat, we're just going to slowly recline back into this angle we've created. Nice. Let the palms go face up. Settle the back body into the support of your blanket and your bolster. And allow the front body to be soft and open to receive your breath here. Slow, steady inhales. Slow, complete exhales.